In this video, we will talk about how to solve ratio word problems. So I have two examples for us to work through here. Let's check out this first one. It says in a fruit bowl, the ratio of oranges to apples is 2 to 3. If there are 15 apples, how many oranges are there? So in this example, the ratio we're given is 2 to 3. For every 2 oranges, there are 3 apples. So the way that we can set up this problem is we can write a fraction and say, for every 2 oranges, there are 3 apples. So we can write this ratio as a fraction. And then we can set that equal to, we know the number of apples in the bowl. So remember we wrote the oranges in the numerator and the apples in the denominator. So if we want, we can write another fraction and say, there are 15 apples. How many oranges are there? So for the oranges, if we want, we can just write an X. We're trying to figure out what is this number. So that's all we're doing for this one. We're just setting up two ratios or two fractions and we're setting them equal to each other and we're trying to figure out what is X. So the way that we solve this type of problem is we cross multiply and then we set the values equal to each other. So if we say 3 times x, let's write that right here, 3x is equal to 2 times 15. 2 times 15 is 30. So now we can solve for x. So we can divide both sides by 3. And when we do that, these 3's cancel out and we're left with x is equal to 30 divided by 3 is 10. So that's our final answer. There are 10 oranges in the basket. So x is equal to 10. Now one thing that we'll notice if we want to double check that we got the right answer is we can write 10 over 15. We should be able to reduce this fraction and get 2/3. So we'll notice that if we divide the numerator by 5 and divide the denominator by 5, here's what we get. 10 divided by 5 is 2 and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So this perfectly matches this fraction right here. So that's how we know that we got the right answer. All right, let's try another example. This one says in a basket, the ratio of red jelly beans to yellow jelly beans is 3 to 7. If there are 40 jelly beans altogether, how many yellow jelly beans are there? So this question is a little different than the last one because we're told the total number of jelly beans, but we don't actually know the individual amount of red or yellow in this basket. So the way that we can solve this one is we can say for every 3 red jelly beans, we know that there must be 7 yellow jelly beans. So if there are 3 red jelly beans in a basket, and if we add 7 yellow jelly beans, then there would be 10 total jelly beans in that basket. So in a basket of 10, 7 of them must be yellow. So here's what we can write. 7 out of 10 must be equal to how many yellow out of 40. So we've just set up two proportions that are equal to each other. We're just trying to figure out what is x. So in the previous example, we cross multiplied and we solved for x. We could do that again here, or another way to do it is we can notice that 10 times what number is equal to 40? Well, that would be 4. 10 times 4 is 40. So if we multiply the denominator by 4, we could just multiply the numerator by 4 to figure out x. So if we say 7 times 4 is 28. So x must be equal to 28. So that's our final answer. In a basket of 40 jelly beans, 28 of them must be yellow. So those were just two examples of how to solve some common ratio word problems.